Uh, well, I don't think I'd be doing two shows in an evening, but here we are. Welcome back to the Dogger Football Channel with the big breaking news. And yet again, just like last summer, we returned down for a number 6. Martin Zubimendi will not be a Liverpool player this summer. Caicedo all over again, folks. Caicedo all over again. I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. It is a shame, but we'll move on. I do have a few links to read out as well. But yeah, guys, get your thoughts down in the chat below as well. It looks like we're back to square one as we are. But let's say hello some of you as well. Chris is in the building. Hello. Longer went on. It was never happening. Yeah, it felt like it. It felt like it, didn't it? There was always that maybe it was going to happen, but yeah, it just didn't happen. Unfortunately. Respect Zubimendi for being loyal, but really question his ambition. If he initially said yes to us to can see him joining Barcelona or Madrid at some point, it is written. First of all, yes, you're absolutely right. You've got to commend him for being loyal. Because I think it's safe to say there's not much loyalty in football anymore. However, it is a very bad look on Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, and especially Richard Hughes' first sort of transfer target. It's not happened. It's not happened. And we've now gone from being in the summer where we were promised in July that when Arne Slot was, appointed, we were promised then by Richard Hughes, promised by him, we were promised by Michael Edwards that the business would happen in August. Now, we've sold one player, and it looks like we're selling Bobby Clark as well. It's just an absolute shambles that we've put ourselves on. It is an absolute shambles what we've done. And it just goes to show as well that you need a plan B. And it's just a case of we don't have one. When Stephen says I'm so angry, I'm disappointed. I'm annoyed. But if he doesn't want to come, then you can't force a player out of your club. And this is the thing I say with transfers as well. Be very careful what you read, because you will get let down at some point. You will get let down at some point, and this is the case of obviously transfers. Some you win, some you lose, and unfortunately, we've lost on this one as well. Chris says we definitely need this DM. That's the main priority, and we need to get another centre back as cover for the 3 centre backs we got there. Gomez as a fullback. I don't think we necessarily need another forward, to be honest. Well, I think it's safe to say that it's looking very, very unlikely Anthony Gordon will become a Liverpool player as well. Remains to be seen if we do bring anybody in. So I'm telling you, no, Edwards and Hughes are walking on eggshells if we praise. If they don't get the positions, we do need them criticism coming their way from me. Yeah, absolutely. And I think there needs to be a bit of criticism going their way, because we've made ourselves look very, very silly. I mean, I'll get some few wee things up on the screen here. Obviously, the news was announced earlier this evening. Especially, I think it was actually when I was on the other stream with Chris. But this is what came up earlier. It will come. Martin Zubimendi, breaking from George C. Picon, he said that Martin Zubimendi will stay at Real Sociedad despite the efforts from Liverpool to bring them over, and despite him already giving them the initial yes. And then it continued as well. It did continue as well. It will come up. As per Spanish reports, told that Martin Zubimendi has rejected Liverpool. Unlikely that the Reds go in for another number 6 this summer. Richard Hughes believed the Spanish midfielder had given his word. Yeah, that does not look good. That does not look good on Liverpool's side of things. And one more from Chris Williams. However, it looks a bit amateurish. Now, the player you publicly go on all in on after encouraging signs says no thanks after all. Liverpool have needed a top class 6 for a long time, so this is a bad look and smacks of poor planning if no real option B exists. Yeah, I've got to agree there. I've got to agree with what Chris is saying there. No plan B. You know, I think as well you've got to say that I think you've got to say as well that when you look at the thing about needing a number 6, we were obviously wanting Zubimendi was obviously the name that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards came up with. The fact that we've not got him is very disappointing. Very disappointing. And look, it is a priority. It's a priority position. It has been for a number of years. It has been since Fabinho left. And look, obviously we got Endo last season. Look, Endo is very, very good, and I think you've got to say Endo was should sign for Liverpool Football Club last season. He was, he was at the time. But now this looks a whole lot silly on the club, because if you look at what we've done, we've put our eggs into all our eggs into one basket on a CDM, on a player who you can quite clearly see didn't want to leave Sociedad, but he's obviously given. There's other reports saying he's given his word to Liverpool. There's other reports saying as I said again, you've got to watch what you read. But look, we've left ourselves in with 5 days of the season to start. No number 6. And no contract talks with Alisson, Van Dijk, or Trent, and Salah as well. This is very bad. This is a very bad look. It's very annoying as well when you get reports saying that they have a decision as well. But look, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, and it's just annoying. It's just very, very annoying. And look, we can be angry tonight. I mean, brand new season. I mean, I was at the game against Sevilla, and going into that game, it felt like we were playing very, very well. The 6 was interesting, I thought. And look, I think it was a good performance against Sevilla. I actually think the team that starts against Ipswich will be the team that started against Sevilla. I honestly do. Look, we'll see as well. But let me see what some of you are saying, because I know that there will be a lot of angry people tonight. Remember, people who blame FSG, just remember they beat Peter Lim to buy Liverpool, and we know how terrible Peter Lim is at Valencia and Salford. Stop scapegoat. Yeah, absolutely. This isn't on FSG. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with people actually having a go at FSG. I'm just getting sick and tired of people having a go at FSG. Yes, I know they're stingy owners and all, but they've done some good things, done some bad things, but this isn't their fault. This is all on Richard Hughes. It's all on Michael Edwards. Poor planning. We badly need number 6. We badly need a centre back. There's other reports, and as I said, watch don't read everything you believe, but there is talk that Slot doesn't really fancy Kanate, which again, does that mean we go for a centre back? Everyone has known. I think the whole world has known Liverpool need a number 6. Liverpool need number 6. As soon as you say that, whatever player we go for, the price will be jumped up a bit. And look, we all know that Martin Zubimendi had a 51 million release clause. It's quite clear and simple that we were willing to pay that. And yes, I know that the negotiations haven't been great for both sides, but look, I mean, you can quite clearly tell I'm angry. I'm angry, frustrated, but you know. Tally-ho, Douglas, hope you and the baby are keeping cool. Hughes and Edwards have failed. Break the bank for Wharton as soon as possible. Again, you've got a problem there because Palace will be wanting 100 million. And I'm sorry to say, but he ain't worth 100 million. And Palace have every right to say that because they're in no pressure to sell. They're in no pressure to sell Wharton as well. Douglas, these Astor, I know what you mean, are calling us. We're the biggest watch club in the world, and it's a fact that was recently published. These owners are taking it, and any wonder the greatest manager on the planet walked. Yeah, yeah. I think Klopp had enough. I think Klopp had enough of a lot of things, and it just goes to show. Doesn't it? It goes to show that he had had enough. I think it was probably the right time as well. I think it was probably the right time as well. Shane is in. Hello, Shane. Hope you're well. Sign number 6, Liverpool. You said it was a priority. Yeah, absolutely. It was really. It was a priority. It was definitely a priority. As well. If it's his end of 5-year contract tomorrow, don't put it past him. Do not put it past him. To say the very least. Hello, Velvishwan. Here's the thing. I'm not mad at Zubimendi. Very difficult to convince a player from the Basque region. Yes, absolutely. However, 2 windows in a row. Why do we go for players that are uncertain to join us, wasting time? Yeah, exactly. I was quite surprised when there was Martin Zubimendi. If I'm being honest, I didn't think he'd be at the forefront of Liverpool wanting him, but yeah, look, it's disappointing to say the very least, but yeah. DMC CB left back are a must and attackers a bonus. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's safe to say that I think Anthony Gordon will probably not be happening. I think we need to. Yeah, I think we need to look elsewhere. He might become a Liverpool player later in the future, but I don't think it'll be this window. As well. Sorry, but this doesn't for me bode well for Slot. I fear he's a yes man. Slot's always said that, hasn't he? He's always said that he wanted to, assess his squad, didn't he? He wanted to assess his squad before before anyone came in. So, yeah, definitely. Liverpool look cretinous. Does not a good look, Gary. Not a good look at all. Let's say the very least. Romeo and Kenobi, hello. Liverpool getting rejected like an insult at a club. Yeah, quite frankly, as well. This are Arnie Slot wants a DM. Endo says we need a DM. What do we do? Let's sign a goalkeeper to put on loan. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes. Wasn't Edwards a friend of Zubi's agent? It was Richard Hughes, Gary. It was Richard Hughes that was a friend of. It was Richard Hughes, to say the very least, as well. If you can't get Zubimendi, have a plan B, plan C, Varela, Ederson, Andre, heck, even Rabiot, who's on a free, so many options. Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like we'll be starting the season with potentially Brian Gravenberch. Yeah, it's just the thing. And look, it's not our fault. We offered them more money for him to come to the club, and instead he's obviously said he wants to stay at Sociedad, and for that you have to applaud him. You have to applaud him for that as well. But yeah, again, it's another summer where we've gone out for another midfielder, Caicedo in this instance. We've gone out for another midfielder, another number 6, and it's just not worked. It's just not worked again, and it's just very, very annoying. Very, very annoying when that happens. And look, it's not the best, but there we are. Ramirez Carnati for Carter Vickers. I watched him against us in the Champions League. He's a machine. Carter Vickers is a good defender. He is a good defender. But I don't think we would go for him, to be honest. FSG out. Well, as I said, everyone has a North Red, absolutely. I just don't think you can blame this on FSG. I think it's on Hughes and Edwards, this one, to say the very, very least. Because it's quite clearly that, the thing is as well, we're looking really, really bad on ourselves as well, because we've sold Fabio Carvalho to Brentford to basically try and fund the move for Zubimendi. So that's looking really bad on us. We've got 27.5 million now for Carvalho, and it looks like we're getting almost about 10 million for Bobby Clark as well. It's such a shame when you look at it this way, because the players that won us the cup, the FA Cup last season, the players that played in that final, most of them are going. Most of them are going. Kumas is away. He's away to Stoke on loan. Luke Chambers, I know he didn't play in the game last season, but Luke Chambers is away. Ramsey's away. Obviously, these are obviously loans, but Bobby Clark, I hope we get a buyback on him. But then again, realistically, where is he going to fit in this Liverpool team? Is he good enough to get into the Liverpool team at this moment in time? Probably the answer is no. Probably when you look at it, probably the answer is a big no. Carvalho wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough to be a star for us, unfortunately. And look, it is a shame. It is a shame as well. But then again, I'm looking at players like Bajcetic. What's happening with him now? What's happening with him? Is he still going to go out on loan? Because for me, Bajcetic, Gravenberch, Bajcetic, McAllister, you have to look at those three now, and see what happens. So, yeah, it's just frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. Slot's job is 1,000 times harder now. Yes, absolutely. Liverpool look like amateurs. Two Coop miners. Yeah. Although I believe, is he Juventus bound? I think I've seen he might be Juventus bound, Shane, but I could be wrong about that one. I have no issues with slot assessing the squad because we are playing a different style. So there are players who suit slot ball better than club ball. However, you always need to be quick on the market. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be quick on the market. And I think there's been a couple of moves this window where I'm like, okay, maybe we didn't need them. Lenny Yoro, for example, 150k to an 18-year-old is just ridiculous. And look what's happened. He's made a Weetabix because he's just got injured. So it is what it is at times. Anyway, Manchester United, we've got a new setup already, signing quality players. That's ambition. We are the smallest, biggest club. It does feel like that way. It does feel like that way until things change. FSG have made their money on Liverpool, haven't they? They've made their money on Liverpool. So it's going to be very, very difficult for them to, say goodbye to Liverpool as well. Slot doesn't really be gone, I suspect. Probably. he probably would be, but I think now the fact that we're not getting Zubimendi maybe changes things. I think we might be looking at potentially seeing Endo in this team, but yeah, we'll wait and see. I reckon the team against Sevilla is slots preferred 11. I agree. I was saying this yesterday on the way back from Liverpool to Edinburgh. I said that I think Arne Slot's first Liverpool 11 will be the 11 that play against Sevilla, and it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me in the slightest if that was the case, because that team worked well yesterday. I think as well, Simicast probably starts the season. I think Robbo is injured a wee bit as well. So yeah, Simicast, Van Dijk. I think Kwanzaa starts ahead of Kanate. I don't think you can put Kanate in there at the moment. I think you've got to say that Kwanzaa starts at centre back with VVD. Trent, I think, starts at right back, and then do you go with the double pivot? I mean, I don't know if you will go for the double pivot, but it would be Gravenberch, McAllister, and it'd be McAllister, Gravenberch, and who was the other one? I can't think of the other one. Sobersley. So, and then it would be Diaz, Salah, and Jota. I'd be saying that as well. I would be saying that as well. I think he's joining Juventus. Yeah, I think he is joining Juventus. FSG did hand over the money. It's up to the player at the end of the day, and he's happy in Spain. They did give 100 million for Caicedo. Well, I think that was a publicity stunt. If I'm being honest, I don't think we really had that money waiting for Caicedo. But that's just me. It's just me. I know, but I would all out for him. Big fan of him. Yeah, I think he's a great player. I was in by Chester either Celtic or Rangers on loan. They have Champions League this season. He will play week in, week out. Good experience for him. That's a good idea, but again, I don't think we would do that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Kimmich would be great. Kimmich will be too much money. I think he would be too much money, if I'm being honest as well. Gary Richard 3 years ago, yes. Right now, no. He has been on the decline for a while. He has. Yes, indeed. And the club's name should be enough to draw these players to the club. Legacy means nothing anymore. Exactly. It's very, very frustrating, isn't it, Mark? Very, very frustrating. And we just need to see what will happen. But yeah, it's disappointing to say at the very, very least. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I just want to come on and obviously discuss with you guys. And yeah, just Martin Zubimendi not coming to Liverpool. Where do the club go now from now? I think it's the safest thing to say. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, money is ruined football, and shame we contribute to that. Yeah, money has ruined football, but look, at the end of the day, you've got to respect his loyalty. You've got to respect his willingness to stay at Sociedad, and he's probably there for life. If we're being honest. And I know there's loads of people saying that doesn't have any ambition or anything like that, but nah, look, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But if you're watching on playback, please do remember to leave a like on the video. It does really help the channel, really helps the algorithm as well. And please do hit that subscribe button because we are getting very, very close to 3K now. I think we're about 30 all the way now, so we're getting very, very close. But anyway, I'll bid you good night, and I will see you very, very soon. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.